Welcome to the final half hour of Daybreak on WOIL TV 47. I'm Jim Abrams, joined by manager Chris Blair of the Sylacauga 14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Stars.
Yes, sir.
And Chris, you guys have been on the road some and still on the road. Let's talk about the 14-year-old All-Stars and how you got started with it and where we are today.
We got started with the District 9 tournament in Wetumpka, Alabama, where we swept the tournament 3-0. We played Wetumpka, Chillsburg, and Tallahassee. Winning the District 9 championship, it qualified us for the state championship, which was last week in Tallahassee, Alabama. There we had to play teams from Grand Bay, Mobile, Monroe County, Andalusia. We lost the first game, won out the rest of the tournament.
Here's what I want to talk about. You lose the first game.
Yes, sir.
Your back is against the wall. I mean, you got to come all the way back and not lose another game to keep on playing.
Well, in pool play, you're allowed to. You could actually lose another game and then in pool play, it sets you up in seeds. The highest seed being the first one, which draws a bye. Losing the first game, then we got down 7-0 the first inning of the second game against Grand Bay. It was 9-1 in the third inning, and the boys.
That's got to be a little discouraging.
It's a little heartbreaking, but we had a talk with the kids. They responded well, said, "Coach, we're not going to quit. We want to win." And they come alive. They come back from 9-1 to win the game 11-10. And it set us up real well. And from there out, they played really well. And when we got to the championship game, we played Andalusia, which is the team that beat us the first game. And our boys come out on fire and beat them 9-0.
Now, winning that state tournament, you had a limited number of players on the roster playing in that.
In the state tournament, we had 10 players. We had one sub. And pitching's real limited, you know.
How do you do that? I mean, that many games and
hard work and determination from the kids, really. I mean, they all want to win. They all good kids. They're extremely great athletes, and they play hard.
The tournament in Wetumpka, the tournament in Tallahassee, you had to have great support and really deep pockets from the parents to get this going.
Yes, sir. Like I said, both of them's out of town. Our local, in state tournament, there's a $650 gate fee for your team to play in that tournament, which what that does is it's open gate, so the parents, anybody in the community can come in and out and watch the games free of charge. Local Babe Ruth League paid that $650 gate fee, but we still had motel rooms in Tallahassee and travel back and forth. There were several nights in the district tournament in Wetumpka that we had rain delays that we didn't get back to Sylacauga till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And then you had parents going back and forth to work. Following week, we had to be there on a Friday in Tallahassee. We was there from Friday to Tuesday afternoon in Tallahassee. So, yeah, between motel rooms, gas, and, yeah, it gets pretty expensive quick.
Well, next stop is Houma, Louisiana.
Yes, sir. And that's a big accomplishment. This is the first Babe Ruth team in Sylacauga to win a state championship since 2012.
Wow.
And it's a big accomplishment. But there, you don't have the option of driving back and forth. You don't have to get a motel room. We have to got to report on the 23rd, which is Thursday.
That's a short turnaround.
Yes, sir. And that tournament runs through the 27th, 28th. So there'll be a minimum of a 5-day stay if we continue to win.
Now, we're not talking about just a few dollars and cents to pull this one off.
No, sir. You're looking at a minimum of a little over $4,000 just for motel rooms for the players.
So how are we raising money for this?
We've taken donations. The kids sat out in front of Winn-Dixie in Childersburg on Saturday from 7 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock. They raised a little over $500 there. they're having a car wash this morning at JR's restaurant parking lot here in Sylacauga from 8 to 12, I think it is. And looking to set out in front of Walmart, maybe even spaghetti plates if we have short notice. It's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, yeah. You go to Houma, Louisiana, you still got 10 on the roster?
I've got 10 on the roster. We're looking to add a player tomorrow. In between tournament levels, you can add a player. One of our original starters that was with us through district and state's on vacation and prepaid trip from last year, which they're going to fly in just as quick as possible, and then they will make the trip. They should be arriving on Saturday or so, which will give us 11.
Yeah. Well, youngsters have got a lot of energy for sure. But they'll need a lot of energy, and even with kids that age, it got to wear and tear on you a little bit.
It's really wear and tear on them. These group of kids, most of them play football. So for the last 2 weeks or so, they've had football practice in the morning, baseball tryouts for school in the afternoon, then 2 to 3 hour practice with us in the afternoon. So that, yes, it's really wearing and tearing, but they hold them strong.
What's so special about this group? I mean, they've dug themselves out of several holes to get where they are now.
Determination and hard work. They're determined to prove a point. This group of kids has been told by several people that they wasn't going to win state championship. They didn't have enough pitching. There's some kids that didn't play this year. It's played with them in the past. They get along together real well. They hold each other up. They don't never fuss or argue with one another. They do not argue with the coaches. They buy into what we're trying to teach them, and they want to win. So it's a special group of young men.
14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Star from Sylacauga, Alabama, in the regional tournament.
Yes, sir.
In Houma, Louisiana, and it's upon us, and it's such a short window to work in, and we want to extend to you an opportunity to help this baseball team financially to make that trip and hopefully a regional title. And how can people help?
They can contact me by my cell phone. They can get in touch with me if they know anybody on the Babe Ruth board. They can contact them. All donations, checks, or anything is to be made out to Sylacauga Babe Ruth League. Or find out when we have one of our fundraisers, like our car wash today.
And where's it going to be?
JR's restaurant on Fort Williams parking lot from 8 to 12, I think.
Yeah.
And then we practicing every afternoon at Babe Ruth Field here from 6 to 8 or 9 o'clock from now to Wednesday.
Talk just a little bit. By the way, we're talking with Chris Blair, the manager for the Sylacauga 14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Star team, which is in action down in Houma, Louisiana for the regionals after winning the state championship last week in Tallahassee. Talk a little bit overall about the Sylacauga Babe Ruth League.
It is great. I've been coaching now for 8 years. The Babe Ruth organization here in Sylacauga is one of the largest in the state. A lot of people don't know that. We have usually anywhere from 90 to 100 and something kids ages of 13 to 15 in our Babe Ruth organization. We're one of the few leagues in the state that actually puts together a true 13-year-old, 14-year-old, and 15-year-old team. Our league this year had 3 teams in state tournaments. Our 13-year-olds went to state, 15-year-olds went to state, 14s went to state. Most of your leagues only have 1 or 2 teams because they don't have enough players to actually put 3 teams in. So they'll have 14U means you can have 14 and 13s. 15 same way, so most of them would put all their better players on a 15-year-old team. Our league has done a great job as far as keeping up the field. We have so many volunteers that do field maintenance, put in money, support.
Now that's a job in itself.
It is a big job. Only one member of our board actually has a child playing. The Vick family, James Sharbert, our president, Rodney Trammell, vice president, everybody on the board goes out of their way time, money put into this field and these kids. It's really great.
Yeah. Houma, Louisiana this week, the 14-year-old state champions from Sylacauga and Babe Ruth baseball will head down to Houma, Louisiana. Do you already know when your first game is and who it's against?
Our first game is Friday at 1 o'clock against Eagle Pass, Texas. This will be a little different than district and state tournament. District and state tournaments, pool play, you can afford to lose a game here or there and you'll be seeded and it goes into a single elimination. Your regional tournaments are double elimination tournaments. So you lose 2 games, you come home, or you win through, and you could be sitting in a championship game.
Very quickly, again, we've got the car wash this morning at JR's on West Fort Williams.
Yes.
If you want to come by the park during practice and make a contribution, I guess they can do that too?
Yes, sir. We'll be there, like I said, practice today, tomorrow, probably Wednesday from usually 6 to 8, 8:30.
Is there a Facebook account or Facebook?
There is a GoFundMe account that has been set up on Facebook that I think currently is about $175.
Okay.
They can make donations there also. Yes, sir.
Well, good luck to the 14-year-old All-Stars out of Sylacauga, Alabama. And Chris, I know you and the rest of the staff, rest of the coaches are excited about this team, and we certainly wish you the best.
Yes, sir. Me and both of my coaches, neither one of us have a child playing. My kids are 20 and 18. Both of them help with practice. My assistant coaches, Corey Goodson and Matt Collier, they're not long out of high school themselves. They're young men that has, they could be doing other things, but they've devoted their time to these kids, and it's great coaching staff. All
right. Good luck in the regional tournament down in Houma, Louisiana. Chris Blair, the manager of the 14-year-old Babe Ruth All-Stars, and we'll keep you up to date on what all is going on. Don't forget car wash this morning over at JR's restaurant. You want to make a donation for that, or you can go by the ballpark during practice and make your donation. Let's get behind these 14-year-old young men and support them hopefully through the regional tournament with a regional championship and then another step. Chris, thank you for coming by, sir.
Thank you.
More on Daybreak right after this.